today? Please do not mind the poodling, because for this video, I actually have to use my phone for a lot of this. But anywho. So, originally, this was not going to be what I was doing for this video. Originally, I was going to try and make a video about your guys' first fursuits and rating them. Even though I would not be the first person to do so, I kind of liked the idea and I thought it'd be a funny little thing to do. You know, something kind of silly. And in the process, I remembered my very first fursuit that I had made. And how, you know, originally I thought the pictures of it were completely lost to time because of a lot of the devices that I took the pictures on are broken or had their memory wiped. But then I remembered the existence of Google Hangouts. And, oh my goodness. Of course, here's the thing. I actually used to primarily use Google Hangouts, so I don't know if you remember me saying this in my last video. Some examples of like redesigns that she went through in the past. I don't have much of this old art, a lot of it is lost, unfortunately. But I was wrong, because just as a last-ditch effort to try and recover those images, I discovered a lot more than just a picture of my first fursuit. I also discovered a lot of my old artwork from years ago. So I thought, just for fun, why not make a video rating my old artwork from all those years ago? So I just compiled some of the ones that I found in those chat logs. I actually found a lot of this in one specific chat because of, actually, the friend I was telling you about it in my last video, the one that I used to trace, we used to talk a lot, and I also used to send her a lot of my old artwork. So, through these messages is where I found a lot of it. So I thought maybe I would rate these from a scale of like 1 to 10 to, like, maybe 1 being I was a kid or what the fuck was going on, or in 2 to, okay, that's actually kind of cute, but, you know, it's still old. So, anyway, how about we get started actually looking at these? So this was one of the first ones that I rediscovered. Somehow, I must have found it a long time ago and then sent it to her and then completely forgot about it. And as you can see, this is one of my very first designs of Rose. Like I said, my old persona. And another character that I had named Sunshine. And as you can tell, you know, I definitely was not very good at art. Even though it is definitely on the cuter side, I will give myself that. There's a point for old, like, 11-year-old me. Definitely could have been better. Question is, what the fuck was anatomy? That's for sure. Never heard of it. And also, yeah, she used to be straight back then. So, I'm gonna give this a solid 3 out of 10 on the scale. It's cute, but it's definitely not my best work in the world. Okay, so there's the next one. This is actually my very first OC ever. Like, I've been drawing this character since before I actually fully knew how to draw. I mean, obviously, you can tell here I didn't completely know how to draw either. But, I mean, before I actually started practicing. And it was even before I even knew about the whole concept of OCs to begin with. I just thought that this was, this was just like a stupid little repeated character that I drew when I was little because I thought it was funny and I liked having my own little character. My grandfather actually gets a kick out of him. So, definitely, in terms of rating this, of course, you gotta go with the classic hands behind the back pose. You can see I definitely did struggle a lot with my line art. So, even though this is cute and I have some good memories with this character from when I was a little kid, this is gonna get, I guess it's gonna get another 3 on the scale. Same thing with it's cute, but, you know, I definitely didn't know how to draw quite yet. Alright, so this is definitely another old one that I have of, one of Rose's old designs when she used to be all broken and beaten down. You can see, I honestly can't tell if she was supposed to be pink or white in this photo because of the lighting. But, yeah, this is definitely one of her older designs from way back when. And you can tell that it's definitely FNAF inspired. and how, like, I would love to know why on earth one of her ears is missing here. Like, I don't know if I just didn't draw it because I figured, oh, perspective, the hair was covering it, but considering the height of the other one, it definitely should have been showing at least partly. So, even though this is cute, obviously I was experimenting with lighting and whatnot, and it's definitely better than the old ones. I think that because of the imperfections and the lack of proper anatomy at all, this is going to get a solid 5 out of 10. For sure. I honestly do not remember drawing this one at all, or even having, like, my style similar to this, but obviously I must have at some point. But, yeah, obviously I was definitely experimenting a little bit more with different effects, as you can see by the lines. I guess I was going for, like, an old, like, and maybe not analog TV, but definitely, like, old TV kind of vibe with this. I kind of did that a lot for a little while. Obviously this is only a headshot, but, again, one of her older designs. It's definitely really cute, I will give myself that, but the lines are very distracting. And where on earth are the inside of her ears? Like, it just looks like she has a weird, almost like tumor on the side of her head. So, I don't really know what to say about this one. I'll give this one another 5, you know, for good effort. I definitely did, you know, the best I could at the time, considering I was still not necessarily a beginner, but definitely was still learning, for sure. So, that's gonna get a solid, you know what, no, I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Now, I was definitely copying somebody's art style with this one, and I do not know who. It's definitely pretty cute, don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but you can see that I definitely had a major change in art style at that time for some reason, and I just kind of fell back on it. Like, again, this isn't bad at all. You know, it's cute, it's getting there, and it's actually pretty close to her current design now. Really the only difference being the fact that she doesn't have a broken eye anymore. And the stripes look more like tiger stripes than just a couple triangles on her arm. But, yeah, I don't know why I didn't stick with attempting to draw like this, because, you know, it's kind of similar to my current art style. Here's a better example of my current art style. Definitely still wasn't as anthro. I definitely nowadays don't have a very flat face as to here, where the face looks, you know, flat and more human-like. But, yeah, it's cute, don't get me wrong, I definitely put a lot of effort into it, for sure. And I know it's not traced because earlier in that chat, I did see a sketch of it, so even though I might have been copying somebody else's art style, I mean, it's kind of cute, but minus points for that factor. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this one another 6. It's cute, but not exactly the best, for sure. Okay, so this was actually circling back to, well, this was actually from, I believe, 2018, 2019. Around when Sparkle was my persona, and you can see, like, that I went back to having a more cartoony art style for a while, and I was definitely experimenting more with lighting and perspective, and, you know, honestly, I think I did a pretty good job with this at the time, considering my, my actual skill when it comes to art, and the fact that I was, you know, incorporating my art with actual, like, real-life things. Like, obviously, in this scenario, I actually went camping for the first time, and I decided to take a picture of the campfire and draw him, you know, at that campfire. With another small little OC, I don't know if you see him there, but there was a moth character that I had for a little while, but I don't have him anymore. I just kind of stopped drawing him, don't really have a connection with him. But yeah, so there was that. It was actually an adopt, now that I think about it, but that's not relevant. But yeah, so because of the fact that I was definitely starting to improve here, and this is honestly really cute artwork that I still to this day really like. Like, I can't believe I thought this was this gone to time. I will actually give this a solid 9 out of 10. Very cute. I definitely did a pretty good job here, even though, like I said, it's very old art, and I didn't quite find my proper art style yet. Okay, so this, I believe, is even older than that, but this was Sparkle's very first original design before he was like fully, you know, an alien. Obviously he had darker fur, he had, well, you can't really tell here, but the ears were supposed to be gradient, pink to blue, with obviously like stars in them, and then same thing with the eyes, except pink and purple instead of pink to blue. Honestly, this is still pretty cute, but I didn't put as much effort into it. Like, this seems like it was a very quick rush drawing that I just kind of made to make. So, for that, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 for, you know, it's cute, but, and obviously it's really kind of silly to see his very first original design, but it's not how he is now, so, and, yeah, considering this looks rushed, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's cute, but I could have done a lot better. Oh my god, I forgot about this one. So, this was from when I actually had a really bad obsession with Majira. Like, I was straight up, like, simping over him. Obviously, this is really, really old. Like, older than, like, those few other pieces of work. Like, I probably drew this again when I was, like, 11 years old. Maybe 12, I'm not really sure. It's cute, but, like, obviously this is, like, one of the most cringy things ever. Like, it gives the same vibes of, like, somebody posing like this and then photoshopping an anime girl next to them. So, it's cute, but I don't really know what I was going for here, so I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. Like, you know, not even counting the fact that, you know, the art style wasn't the greatest, but, it's, for my older artwork, it's actually one of the better ones, just, it's the cringe factor that ruins it. So, anyway, moving on. I don't think I have this entire piece of work. I know it was still bigger than this. But, yeah, so this was, again, some of, like, one of Rose's older designs, and I was still experimenting more with artwork, and I was still going for more of a FNAF kind of feel with her, which she doesn't really have now. At least I'm trying not to have her have that. I want her to actually have, not necessarily a FNAF feel, but more of a, yeah, this is just an old, worn-down animatronic that, you know, definitely could have been used in a Chuck E. Cheese competitor kind of a thing, not in a FNAF, oh my god, she's gonna kill you kind of way, you know. But at this time, I was going for more of a FNAF feel. It was definitely pretty dark, which makes sense considering it was supposed to be a dark environment, but I feel like I could have done that a lot better. And the shade of pink seems to actually be darker here for some reason. I'm not really sure why I made that design choice. And it's also the fact that you can't exactly even tell that she's supposed to be a tiger here. Like, I don't really know what she looks like, but it's definitely not a tiger, so obviously this is cute, and I did put some effort into this. If, you know, you look into it, you can see I tried to do highlights and shadows, and obviously was working on lighting. But, you know, I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10. It's definitely really cute, but for me, it could have been a lot better than this. I know I keep saying that, but, you know, comparing this to my current work, and even some of my older work, like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for this to look like that, you know? Like, at least then you could kind of tell she was supposed to be some kind of feline. In here, you can't even tell that she's a feline, so yeah, that's minus points for sure. Okay, so, again, I know I drew this, and I know I was definitely experimenting a bit more with making it more detailed, especially around the mouth. And it's still really cute, but, I mean, I don't even remember my art style looking like this at all. Like, it is super, super cute, don't get me wrong, I do really like it, but there's definitely some issues I see here with it, like the imperfections with the dots around the nose. He doesn't actually even have that, like the 3 dots, like kind of like how Lilith has here. He doesn't have that in his design, so I don't know why I ever put that in. Maybe it was just a style choice, I don't really know. And I'm not really sure what was going on with the nose there. Like, why it's more rectangular shaped, because that's usually something closer to felines than canines, and considering he's a dog, yeah, I'm not really sure what was happening there. Obviously, though, considering that some mild shadows and the background, I put effort into this, and it's cute, and like I said, I really like it. I even had, like, a little signature at the bottom there. with like a neon brush that they had on the old art program that actually shut down, which sucks, but that's irrelevant. So I'm gonna give this I'm gonna say a 7. It's really cute, but definitely some questionable aspects there. Oh, this is some more of my really old art from when I was 11. That was supposed to be my cat that I was drawing like that for some reason. I don't know why I did that. It was actually part of an old animation meme that I did. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the booty booty meme, but that was what I did for that. And funny enough, I didn't even, she's a tuxedo cat. I don't know how the hell I forgot the white around her nose, but not like it really matters, because why the hell was I drawing my cat like I would draw a C's? And considering the questionable nature of, you know, just the animation meme in general, I'm gonna give this a 1. That's definitely not my best work in the world, like, at all. I don't like it. I know I was just being a kid and drawing stupid weird shit, because kids draw weird shit all the time, but, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Okay. I don't know what on earth is going on with this one. Okay, this is not my OC. I do not know whose OC this is, so I am going to try to forget about that factor, that it is not my character, and focus more on the actual artwork here. Yeah, I don't even know what to say here. It's just, I tried. I definitely tried, but what is going on with the nose there, or even just the mouth in general? There's like no chin. Like, what was I trying to do there? I didn't have really much of any shading here. I mean, you can tell that I did try to, but it's not very visible for the record. Some highlights and some weird like squiggles I tried to do, I guess, to make it look more like fur. And the classic gradient background that I'm famous for, that I still do to this day, but it is kind of lazy. Oh, and the very poorly drawn bow in the back of it. Well, not bow, but like, you know, where the bandana is supposed to be. Yeah, this is getting a 2. I feel like this is one lazy, and it's not even any of my characters, so it's getting a 2. So this is still one of my, first pictures of Sparkle that I think I drew. Again, it's cute. I definitely did try to put some effort into there. The shadows are definitely lacking. They are there, but they're lacking. The design is still inaccurate because he never had freckles, so I don't know why I gave him freckles here. And I made his antennas super tiny, but, you know, the big eye still makes it really cute, so I can't not like it, you know. It's adorable, I'm not gonna lie, even with the imperfections with some of the, like, the line art, you know, and the coloring. I'm pretty sure I put the coloring above the line art for some reason. I'm gonna give this, it's gonna get a 4. It's cute, but eh. Okay, so this is going to circle back again to my, when I was definitely copying somebody else's art style. I just don't know who the hell I was copying. And, you know, I was trying to go for a more anthro look. This is, again, somebody else's OC, that I drew because I was just kind of experimenting still with my art style. It's, you know, it's not bad. I will give myself that. But, you know, you gotta minus points for the classic hands behind the back pose because, God forbid, we knew how to draw hands. And even they weren't very too keen on it because, well, their character wasn't even anthro. It was, like, feral, so I don't really know why I drew them anthro, especially like that. Like I said, it is cute, and I definitely put a lot of effort into there. You can see some of the shadows, and I was trying to do better with the line art, and it definitely does look pretty good, considering the fact that it is a little questionable, and I was definitely learning more when it comes to detail. So, you know, even though it's still questionable, I'm gonna give this a 6. Okay, this one's cute. This is definitely, like, for a little bit longer when I had Sparkle. I actually really like this one. It's super duper cute. You can see, like, you know, he's just being silly. You can see I try to do a little bit better on the paws, even though the anatomy is still a little wacky. It was my art style at the time, and the leg is definitely questionable. I would say it looks more like a broken leg than, you know, like a digigrade leg, honestly, but I'll let that slide considering I wasn't that good at anatomy up until semi-recently. Like, I want to say in the last couple years, I've been doing better with anatomy, because a lot of this artwork is actually from, like, 2019. Except for, like, the really old ones. Like, the ones of Sparkle, they're all from 2019. The ones of Rose can be from any time between when I was, like, 11 and, and at that time, so I don't really know. But, yeah, this is really cute. I like that I really try to do better with lighting. This is definitely when I started using lighting a lot more in my art. So, you know, despite, again, the imperfections here, yeah, I'll give this a 7. It's really cute. I still like it. It definitely still shows, like, him accurately. So, you know, I'll give this a solid 7. Oh. I don't really know. Okay, so, I forgot about this one. So, this, again, is not my OC. It was not my OC. This was actually a commission that I had. My very first real commission. And, you know, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. This is actually pretty damn good for my, my art skill at the time. But it's a bit questionable as to why it's kind of suggestive. Especially because I was a minor at the time of drawing this. And you can't really tell, but, well, that weird blue thing, that is a horn, actually. Looking back at it, you can't even really tell it's a horn. It just looks like a weird appendage. It's good, but, you know, yikes for when I actually drew this, the age I drew this at. So, minus points. It's gonna get a 4. And I believe, oh no, wait, I'm actually missing some pieces. Oh no. Okay, so, there are 2 other pieces that I don't have on my phone, but I do know from memory that I have.
But the flappin' flotsam, what's that?
Yeah, these are some more very questionable pieces of art that I did. I'm not really sure what I was going for with these. I don't know why I gave him abs at all. Weird. And again, I was definitely a minor at the time of drawing them, so it's extremely questionable. I don't know what I was going for at all with that. And it wasn't even colored in. Like, I went to make a reference sheet and I just never finished it, I suppose, for the first one. The second one I just drew for fun, I think. And for anatomy practice, I don't really know, but, yeah, so these are getting a 2 because what the fuck? I mean, it's not necessarily bad, but what the fuck? And with that, I think that should be the end of this video. You know, I definitely think, you know, although I do feel a certain way about a lot of these, pieces, it does definitely show a lot of my history, with the fandom, and I still do have, like, some pretty good memories with a lot of these things. You can see how connected I was with certain characters and how often I drew them. And, it's still kind of, you know, nice to look back at those times, you know, sometimes. So, you know, it's not all bad. Even, like I said, though, they are questionable. And, if you are like me, and obviously you are still a beginner artist, do not let me being critical on my own art make you be critical with your own. If you have a art skill similar to what I've shown here, do not go hating on yourself, because you will improve. And either way, even if, say, it's not the best artwork in the world, it can still be super cute. Like, you can see even with some of my older artworks, even though I was a kid and they're not definitely the professional grade, they're still super cute, and I still hold them near and dear to me either way, and I'm honestly super glad that I was able to recover a lot of this, actually, even if, again, some of it is questionable. And just know that please do not ever stop drawing. You know, your art was going to improve, and it's going to be unique either way. You might end up like me someday and look back on it, and actually, sometimes it makes me happy to look back on some of those old artworks just to see like how much I've actually improved over time, and if anything, that just makes me even more inspired to draw right now. Although I do have art block, this is actually my latest attempt at a piece. If you couldn't tell, I got a little annoyed at the anatomy not being right, and I just scribbled all over it. But I'm gonna draw something again soon. But if you're anything like me, sometimes that does actually just give you more of a reason to keep going, because you can actually see the improvement in time. So again, you know, if you have an art skill similar to what I've shown, and I know, you know, I was being a little critical, do not be critical of yourself. Either way, it's still part of what, you know, makes your art unique, even if it does take time. It's still adorable and should be loved just as much as even professional pieces. Especially because you never know, they could have some kind of sentimental value in the future. So anyway, I think that's enough for today. Hopefully I'll be able to get this video out a little bit sooner than the last one, considering that was a month after my previous upload. As long as I don't procrastinate on the editing, I should be okay. But anywho, so thank you guys so much again for watching this video, much like last time. I really appreciate the support, and maybe future support, who knows, it's not necessary, but would be very appreciated. I will see you guys again, hopefully very soon, and anyway, bye bye!